Hi everyone, I'm Varda Sharma, editor Newsband, daily English newspaper of Navi Mumbai, Thane, Panvel and the surrounding areas. Today we have with us a celebrity chef who has become a household name in the Indian culinary world. However, her journey to culinary stardom started with a different spotlight. She was acting in advertisements for renowned brands like Parley, Ponds, and Maggie Noodles. We recall her as the iconic world-known mom for television commercials. In addition to her culinary endeavors, she has also made notable appearances in the film industry. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce and welcome Miss Amrita Raichand. Hi, ma'am.
Hello, so nice to be here. And thank you
Uh,
for having me.
ma'am, first of all, I would like to know, can you please tell us about your journey from being a model to becoming a celebrity chef, and how was the transition into the culinary world?
It was so funny. Yesterday, I was having breakfast with my son, and I'll brag a little. I just got an award for 40 under 40 over 40, though I wish it was 40 under 40. But but I
Well,
was showing him the video of me receiving the award, and exactly
first
the
of all,
same question was
congratulations for
asked.
that.
Thank you so much. And he was watching the video and he says, Mom, don't you think your answer is getting repetitive? So I was like, the thing is that if the question is the same, the answer cannot change because it's a real life situation. He said, yeah, actually, that's a fair point. I said, I cannot change my story every time
But we like to
because,
hear it again and again. We don't
yeah.
mind it.
No, but what he doesn't realize is that
Yes,
different people are hearing it.
yes,
So for
yes, yes.
them, it's a new story.
Right.
But it was quite sweet and it just happened yesterday. So I thought I'll tell you because it was exactly the same question. I said, oops, if my son was here, he would say, Mama, your answer is repetitive.
Okay. Mm.
So, and he is the reason for my transition, frankly. I was happily dabbling into acting and modeling and stuff like that. But the one thing that I really wanted in my life since I was 19 and since I started playing the role of mums in so many of the commercials that you just mentioned, including Whirlpool, I wanted to be a real life mom. So when I became that, I just wanted to be with my child and not do anything else. So for 2 years, I actually didn't work. I just took a sabbatical and I chilled at home and I was with him. And then when I started weaning him, like every mother and child goes through in terms of, getting him off of the milk and breast milk and getting him used to solids. It became a very exciting journey for me where I was experimenting with different foods that I would like to feed him. And then Mamika Magic happened, the show, which we stole the name from Whirlpool only. And we used it in this culinary show. But frankly, when I started that, I just thought of it as another show. I didn't take it very seriously when we started it. And just within 4 days of shooting, I realized that this is all I want to do because I enjoyed it so much. For the first time, even in my modeling days, where I was really the queen of advertising those days in the mother space, of course. But nobody knew my name. I would always be known as the Whirlpool mom or the Ponds girl or the Tata Tea girl or the Pepsodent girl. But I never was known as Amrita Saluja then and Amrita Saluja Raichand later. So it was, frankly, it was serving me many purposes. I was getting to be around my son all the time. I was getting to be known by my name. And I was getting to share real stories, real struggles, real incidences. All I had to do was talk about what I was doing at home. It was so real that it found a connect with the audiences. And when the first season became a huge hit, I realized that, why not do this only? And then I decided to do an advanced culinary course. I went to Singapore because I have been cooking since the age of 8. And my mom, who's sitting right here, is a brilliant cook, was a brilliant cook till she became unwell. But I had never thought of it as a profession. Like in our homes, Indian homes, mostly Punjabi homes, girls so literally know how to cook from their mother's stomach only. So it was just a thing that I would love to do because my mother would love to do, and my mother was very, very, very good at it. She would bake the most delicious cake. She would make the most amazing gourmet food as well, Western food and Indian food. So anyway, by default, I had the genes and I used to learn from her, but I never thought of it as a profession. Uh, but here, kind of two magical things happen. I already became famous due to my modeling, and then when I started cooking, people were easily able to relate to me because they had known the face. And now I was actually a mother who was talking about real mother and child issues, especially with food, and it found a connect. And rest, like they say, is history. I've been doing that for now 16 years. My son is 16 years old, and I'm loving every minute of it.
You have been involved in various, television shows, both as host and also as a judge. So, what has been the most memorable experience in the entertainment industry?
You mean as a chef or as an actor?
As an actor, as a host, as a judge.
I think my best show as an actor was Mahi Way, where I was playing the older sister to this little plumpish girl called Mahi. I was Anjali, and she was this girl who used to love modeling and stuff. And even through her pregnancy, she became Mrs. India and stuff. So it was a very chulbuli role. I thoroughly enjoyed playing acting in that particular series. It was for uh, I think it was for Sony. First, I don't know, I'm forgetting. And then there was this other series called Time Bomb 9/11. There I was with Rajiv Khandelwal and what's his name? Amir Bashir. And I was playing the role of a journalist. So these were two very, and who gets caught in this whole terrorist, uljan. And it was a very, very thrilling and exciting role. So as an actor, I think these two were the best roles so far. And as a chef, I have thoroughly enjoyed judging because it just makes you meet people who are aspiring to be you. And it's so nice to hear their stories. It's so nice to inspire them. And somewhere you feel like you can be a part of their success, you can be a part of their journey. And that feeling is such a heartening feeling that somewhere you feel you really feel like you have contributed something to the society. So yeah, as a judge, uh, a chef's career kind of comes to the fore, because there's one thing about showing recipes, teaching them, and then one thing to actually see people create recipes that have been inspired by your recipes and then reach a higher level, pass that competition, and then they get shows and then they go and make money and they do well and you feel like you were part of their success, and that's a very satisfying feeling.
So Amrita Raichand relates herself to more to that chulbuli lady girl or to the journalist who was like all
And no, no,
investigations.
chulbuli, chulbuli. I am full on masti. Yeah, it takes me a lot to be serious, and it takes me now. I'm laughing now because after such a long time in my life, in the last 1 or 2 years, I think I have finally matured, and अब मेरे आंखों से आंसू भी निकल आते हैं काफी जल्दी. I think my mom fell sick, and a few things happened last couple of years, which kind of really shook me up. And believe it or not, I can only say I've been very blessed that for so many years of my life, I never went through any real struggle. So I think, therefore, when as an actor also, when I had to be serious or feel bad or be angry or be sad, it would not happen because I was definitely not a good actor and I could not feel those emotions because they had not happened with me. So, but chulbuli I've always been. And that's my real nature. I can laugh, I can make people laugh, and that's my masti thing. So I definitely relate to that a lot more. But now I think if today I was offered more serious roles or more emotional roles, I'll be able to play those also because I think life teaches you certain those
Okay.
emotions.
So, what inspired you to focus on healthy cooking and how do you incorporate those in your recipes?
My son again, because as much as I would want to feed him tasty food, I knew how important it is for the child to be healthy. Because, my mother, believe it or not, I have such amazing memories of every food that my mother has fed me, including Karela, including Kaddu. I tell you, I used to love her food. कुछ भी वो प्लेट में मुझे डाल के दे देते थे ना, I used to enjoy it because it used to genuinely be so tasty. She never had to, she's sitting right here. And she never had to tell me कि मारूंगी नहीं खाओगे तो यार खाओ या ये खाओगे तो chocolate मिलेगा and all. Never, because she cooked just amazing food. And it was always, those days, first of all, we never had exposure to all this junk food. And the junk food would be made by my mother, and people would come and line up and eat the food that she would make. So I think I always grew up with that, and I always grew up with that. I want to do the same for my child. Like the way I, miss my mother's food today, I want my son to love my food that much. So, but at the same time, I'm an intelligent girl. I'm a person who knows nutrition is so important. And myself, I'm fairly health conscious. So I knew that टेस्ट के चक्कर में हेल्थ कहीं कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होना चाहिए. So it had to be a great balance of healthy and tasty food. And therefore, I had these couple of mottos or couple of taglines which I've always used. One is healthy is not boring. One is junk to jewels. That I have always worked on, and I've tried to incorporate that in my cooking. And I mean, today's day and age, with the kind of lives we are leading, with the kind of pollution that we are exposed to, with the kind of produce that we are exposed to, everything has chemicals. So, as a mother, I think the least we can do is just ensure कि बच्चा घर पे खाए और जो भी खाए अच्छा खाए, and to eat at home, he or she doesn't crib. So I think that's all we can do, because even if you make the most sinful foods at home, if it's eaten at home, it's not so bad.
Yes.
And even eating out is not bad at all, because I also love going to restaurants and I highly encourage going to restaurants, but that has to be a treat. I feel really bad for people for whom food only comes from outside, food only comes online. That is definitely challenging, because you cannot take away the fact that in a restaurant, food is cooked for so many people. So there is no way you will be able to control the amount of salt, the amount of oil, the amount of fat, the amount of, sometimes even compromised ingredients get used. Once in a while is okay to indulge. But if it is something that you're having every
Regular basis.
day and regular basis, then definitely is going to be bad for you.
As someone who has successfully balanced, a family life with a thriving career, what advice would you like to give to the aspiring chefs or individuals who would like to pursue their career while managing other responsibilities?
People don't want to believe me, but there's nothing like family support. If you have family support, you can do these things. If you don't have it, you can still do it. That you will always be in that thing ki, hi, I'm guilty. Hi, is my child okay or not? Am I doing the right thing? But whether you get along or you don't get along with your family members or your in-laws or your parents, just knowing that somebody of your family, of your blood, is around to look after the child or look after the home, you know, you can you can do your work and you can balance it out. Otherwise, it is definitely difficult. So, frankly, hats off to people who sometimes have no choice but to live alone, right? Their parents could be living out of town, out of the country, may not be having them. So, those people, when they manage it, I don't want to salute, because it is difficult. I can only do it because I have very, very strong family support, by God's grace.
With the rise of social media platforms like Instagram, have how have they influenced your career as a chef and also as an influencer? Have they helped you?
Yeah, a lot. In fact, I think on social media, I think I rose to fame more. I sometimes feel embarrassed to say it, but it's a fact, during COVID, because everybody was consuming social media and we were the only few people who were sharing recipes, and it was the need of the hour. And frankly, this is something I've been saying since 15 years, ki khana banana seekho, bachcho ke liye banao, apne liye banao, because it's a survival skill. And then finally, when COVID happened, people realized the value of what I was saying, on TV shows and stuff. But here, because there was one-to-one connection, people could watch you as and when they wanted to, and people were sitting at home. So many people learned how to cook, because I was sharing recipes. I would do lives. I think I was the only chef who was doing, for 3.5 years, I did live cooking of entire meals every Friday. तो मतलब तीन तीन चीजें मैं एक साथ बनाती थी, which can be eaten together. So if I would make a chicken curry, I would make a rice, I could make a dal with it, or I would make a sabzi and dal and some cutlets. So there would be like a proper khana made every Friday. It's called Mere Ghar Ka Khana. Now I've converted them into YouTube videos because people don't have the time for lives. Though people are complaining left, right, and center, we want the life back. And I'm like, but now I don't have the time to make, to really, stick to that time every Friday to do the lives. And also, what happens is when you make shorter videos on YouTube, more people can watch it.
That's
So my channel Amrita Raichand Chef and Beyond Touchwood is now picking up. I just started it properly a few months ago. I took it in my control. Till now, it was being handled by other people. So we'll urge everybody to watch it and subscribe to it. It's for free, and you can get all the recipes of all types for children, for adults, for Mere Ghar Ka Khana, Indian recipes, international recipes, baking recipes. So please do have a look and
what's
subscribe.
your future plan?
My son said again today, we had his new school orientation. He said, Mom, why do we need to plan? What's life if everything has to be planned? Let's live life without planning. And I was like, whoa, he's only 16. So, chalo na mama, बहुत हो गया, कितना plan कर लेंगे? Things may not fall according to the plan. Things may change. So why plan so much? So I'm going to take advice from him, and I have no future plans. I just see all I hope is that we all stay happy and healthy and also make money. Apart from that, the future will be hopefully good.
We would like to share that on 1st of May, we celebrate our Maharashtra Day. We also celebrate our anniversary. So Newsband will be celebrating 18th anniversary. So we would like,
Wow.
yes, what would be your wishes?
I would wish you all a very, very happy 18th. 18th, right?
Yes, yes.
18 is the official adult age, so now y'all can do what you want to. And wish you all a very bright future. And you're obviously anybody who's a part of journalism is doing a great job. One of the other reasons, frankly, why I also moved my career was that I wanted to do something which not only benefits me but also benefits more people. And I think you guys are doing the same, through your voice, through your efforts, through your writing. You all touch the lives of so many people. You educate people, you help people, you inspire people. So thank you to you guys. And I hope and wish that, you keep doing this for many, 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 many more years.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us your time. Thank you, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.